welcome to JIT Television News, where we bring you daily news, information, current affairs, business and investment, as well as finance and what is happening in the world of stock market and global economics. Entertainment is our business, news on multiple platforms for all Zimbabweans and all Africans on one channel. The time is here. Isikhathi sifikile. Let's take a look at your headlines. The SAWA Zimbabwe School Examination Council announces that O and A level results will soon be out as they are targeting to finish marking this week. Zambian Policy and Governance Center Executive Director Marriott Nyangu urges the government on how to unleash clean energy in the country amid its goal for Zambian universal electricity by 2030. And on your sports, Basketball Africa League is set to bring entertainment in Africa as it kickstarts its second season tournament in Dhaka this week. Your leading story, the SAWA Zimbabwean School Examination Council says it is targeting to finish marking of O and A level examinations this week, with results expected to be released shortly after. This comes after the examinations body settled outstandingly allowances for markers who were threatening industrial action over payments. Markers have since resumed their duties and are now working around the clock to conclude the exercise. In an interview with journalists in Harare, ZIMSEC spokesperson Nikki Dlamini says that despite delays, the release of results is still within schedule, thereby giving forthcoming lower 6 pupils enough learning time before the first term ends. She further reveals that marking is going on well. Examiners at various marking venues are rounding up and they hope to conclude in this week and process thereafter to produce results which will determine the date of the release of results. Dlamini also mentions that the payment of markers has been processed and all outstanding allowances are being settled in accordance with timelines set in the contracts, but also dismisses media reports which suggested that markers were working under protest. However, the Secretary General for the Zimbabwean Schools Development Committees, Evaristo Jongwe, urges ZIMSEC to quickly conclude marking of exams, saying the late release of results puts extra pressure on parents, while now there is a danger that the lower 6 pupils may not have enough time to learn in the first term. Last year's O and level exams were delayed as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic that affected a number of schools, and the exams, which traditionally end in early December or late November, were completed in late January this year. Moving on to other news, South African All Truck Drivers Forum is calling for abolition of the Zimbabwean exemption permit in a bid to bar all foreign truck drivers from working in their country. The ATDF is now demanding that the ZEP grace period for renewal of permits, which expires on the 31st of December 2022, is abolished. However, Zimbabwean community in South Africa Chairman Ngabuto Mabena in response says that the ATDF must be guided by the South African government's decision to offer a grace period to ZEP holders. He says the truckers have the right to raise the issues affecting them, but Zimbabweans remain guided by the position taken by the South African government on the 24th of November 2021 that ZEP holders will have a grace period of 12 months to stay in the country. Mabena adds that foreign drivers are still allowed to work in South Africa if the South African government bans migrants from working in the trucking industry, then that would be a different issue. But currently, those with permits are allowed to work in the trucking industry. Meanwhile, groups of truck drivers marched through the streets of Pietermaritzburg and Johannesburg this week to hand over a memorandum of demands to the offices of the National Bargaining Council for the road, freight, and logistic industry. The ATDF set its demands for the ZEP grace period to be abolished were in line with its stance on foreign truck drivers. It has been protesting through road shutdowns and highway blockades, calling for foreign truck drivers to be barred from the road freight industry, arguing that truck driving should be reserved for South Africans because it's not a scarce skill. Coming up next is your JIT-TV business news. Now let's see what's happening on your business news this hour. The Zimbabwean Energy Regulatory Authority raises fuel prices with immediate effect, citing the increase in international crude oil prices. The development is set to see more prices increases for basic goods and services at time incomes are depressed. In a statement, Zera says diesel would now cost 195 Zim dollars and 99 cents per liter from 168 Zim dollars and 17 cents a liter, and blend will go for 195 Zim dollars and 72 cents from 152 Zim dollars and 87 cents. While the United States dollar price has been pegged at $1.51 per liter from $1.44 for diesel and $1.51 from $1.41 for petrol. Well, Zera also reveals that government has had to subsidize the final price to cushion the economy. Meanwhile, the public and operators are advised that the blending ratio still remains at ethanol 0. Operators may sell the petroleum products below the prescribed prices depending on their trading advantages and should display prices in a prominent place as provided by the fuel pricing regulations, thus according to Zera's statement. Moving on to your other business news, Zambian Policy and Governance Center Executive Director Marriott Nyangu urges the government to tackle barriers to energy efficiency investment in order to unleash clean energy potential in Zambia. He says that he is happy that Zambia set a goal for universal electricity access for all Zambians by 2030, but was quick to mention that evidence on the ground shows that it is unattainable. Nyangu says Zambia's power demand forecast by Zisco shows a severe and immediate shortfall in supply if the new mining and industrial loads begin to occur at the pace Zisco currently expects. He further calls for greater efforts as the Zambian government expects to bring online additional megawatts of solar, hydro, and thermal power through 2030. Adding to that, the public policy and governance specialist notes that solar usage has remained relatively low due to high initial cost, but that is a cost-effective method for rural electrification, which helps improve access for all. The development of the country's solar resource is still relatively slow. Meanwhile, he urges the New Dawn government to take advantage of the energy sector as Zambia has an estimated large hydro power potential of 6,000 megawatts, of which less than 2,000 megawatts has been harnessed, and also proposes that expanded coal mining can boost the manufacturing of carbon dioxide, which is used in the manufacture of carbonate beverages and production of sulfuric and nitric acid used in agricultural and mining sectors. Well, this brings us to the end of our JIT television business news this hour. Up next is your sports and entertainment.
Local innovation with a global recognition. It's JIT-TV.
Shout out to you, the viewer. Shout out to all our advertisers.
Welcome back. Now taking a look at your sports this hour, the fledgling Basketball Africa League tip off its second season in Dakar, Senegal, with a dozen men's club teams from as many African countries vying for the 2022 BAL Championship title. The COVID-19 pandemic delayed the BAL's original 2020 launch date by a year and restricted its games to 2 weeks in Rwanda's capital. This season's 38 scheduled games will extend over 3 months amongst Dakar, Kigali, and Cairo. The BAL teams have been split into two conferences, namely Sahara and Nile. The Sahara teams, which includes Guinea, Morocco, Mozambique, Rwanda, Senegal, and Tunisia, will compete against each other through March 15 at the Dakar Arena. Now, team which includes Angola, Cameroon, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Egypt, South Africa, and South Sudan will play on the 9th of April through 19 at Cairo's Hassan Mustafa Indoor Sports Complex. Each conference top 4 teams will qualify for the playoffs with a single elimination tournament and finals at Kigali Arena on the 21st to the 28th of May. The BAL is a joint venture of the National Basketball Association and the International Basketball Federation. It represents the NBA's first collaboration operating a league outside North America. Meanwhile, Sam Amhedu, president of FIBA Africa Zone 3, says the second BAL season would expand the scope and the entertainment value of the game beyond the inaugural season's 2 weeks run in Kigali, and countries across Africa will see the games firsthand while helping to popularize the game also and attract more sponsorship. Amongst BAL's backers are companies such as Nike, Pepsi, Hennessy, Cognac, and Rwanda Air. The BAL's parent organization, NBA Africa, has drawn strategic partners such as former President Barack Obama and investors including former NBA star Dikembe Mutombo, originally from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Moving on to entertainment news, South African music duo Major League DJs finally fulfills their promises and returns to Zimbabwe to perform. Major League DJs graces Zimbabweans with their performance at Borrowdale Racecourse in Harare over the weekend. The show sold out as spans of fans thronged Borrowdale Racecourse to watch them perform, and taking from the video circulating on social media, the duo delivered and left fans wanting more. Posting a video from last night on their Instagram page, Major League DJs thanked their fans for turning up at their show in numbers with overwhelming love and promised to return again. However, the twin brothers Manele and Bandile Mpere were initially scheduled to perform at Palm Estate in Borrowdale, Harare at a concert dubbed The City Shut Down last year before the police stormed the show and shut down the event. In an effort to make it up to their fans, Major League DJs promised to return to Zimbabwe in December for a free show, but that did not happen due to lockdown, aided by the fact that Major League DJs were fully booked during the festive season. Well, the baddest music duo ended up postponing to February this year, and they managed to stand by their word. Well, this brings us to the end of our sports and entertainment news this hour. And up next is your JIT-TV weather report. Well, this brings us to the end of our JIT television news bulletin this hour. Please stay tuned to JIT TV as we bring you the best in entertainment news, information, analysis, sports, business, and all the headlines of the day. And do stay in touch on Twitter, Facebook, and our website, www.jit-tv.tv, and leave a comment. My name is Nokuthula Shabalala in Ntombi Wamshengu. See you same time tomorrow and stay connected. Cheers.